everybody, I'm Tom Vassell.
And I'm Melody.
And today, welcome to Double Trouble. We are going to be taking a look at the latest 3 Unlock Mystery Adventures. We have The House on the Hill, we have the Nautilus Traps, and we have the Tornapal's Treasure. So we have a horror-themed one, we have an undersea and a submarine one, and we have a pirate-themed one. Now, we've already played the other 3 unlocks, and in fact, Melody has not played the House on the Hill one. But we've also played all the exit games. So what we're going to do today is we're going to be reviewing these briefly. We're going to be talking about our thoughts on these compared to the exit games, and no spoilers involved in these, unless you don't want to know if we liked it or not, in which case, come on now. So these are ranked. This one is ranked 1 star out of 3, 2 stars out of 3, and 3 stars out of 3. And I got to say, at this point in time, I think the star system on these is completely wonky, because there was a puzzle in this 1 out of 3 star one that really, really held me up for the longest time. And the pirate one I did not think was actually that difficult. In fact, the final puzzle in this one was really fun.
Yeah.
But it was not a extremely difficult puzzle. So I'm not sure you can go by these star settings on these. Now, the first 3 unlocks we've already played, and we enjoyed those a lot. And I think we like the escape room games.
Yes.
Are you still enjoying them a lot?
Yes, I do. I really love just the whole genre of it, because I like trying to solve puzzles in like a certain amount of time.
And these unlock, so if you never played Unlock before, these are an escape room. And in fact, each of these games comes with a little generic how to play, like a little adventure that's really short, but it just kind of teaches you how to play Unlock. But each of the Unlock cards, there's different number cards and letter cards. And here's a letter card and here's a number card. And you're going to get a certain card, and it's going to show you some numbers on that, which means, hey, find those cards in a deck and reveal them. Mm-hmm. You then have to figure out ways to combine these numbers to get more numbers. Sometimes there will be a hidden number on a card, and that means you can find that. And at certain points in the game, you have to have an app for this game. It's a free app that you download. You must type in a 4-digit code, which will tell you if you succeed or fail. Mm-hmm. And there's also, and I don't remember if these were in the other ones, but in these 2, there are things called machines where you'll find a machine. You type the number in the app, and there will be a couple switches that you need to turn on and off or whatever. I can't explain it completely, but there'll be something and you need to manipulate it to get to a correct answer.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think about the unlock system? Do you like putting the 2 numbers together?
I like it, because then you have to kind of think of like, oh, what would fit here? Sometimes we'll think out of the box sometimes, and it doesn't help us. Like the one puzzle that we did. It was very obvious for us, and we're just like, that's not right. And then later on, we're just like, oh, okay.
Right, because, okay, let's say there's a key and a lock card. Mm-hmm. You might think, well, obviously you put those together. Sometimes the obvious thing is correct, but sometimes it's incorrect, and every time it's incorrect, you press a error button and you lose some time.
Yeah.
But then there was a couple where the obvious thing was correct. Yeah, so that kind of threw us off.
Yeah, but I like trying to figure out like what goes together, and then like solving especially looking for the hidden numbers, making sure we're not missing any cards. Although I think it's kind of funny sometimes if you do solve a problem without like a certain card you need, and you're just like, okay.
Well, that only happened to us once.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that is interesting. Do you like to hunt? Do you like find the little hidden numbers in a thing?
Sometimes, yeah, especially when I like look through a card and you're like, there it is. But I don't like it when you like go back through cards and you're like, oh, we missed the number that could have helped us a long time ago.
Yeah, the hidden numbers are kind of an interesting thing, because you have to find these numbers to continue, and the hidden numbers are in every game. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they're pretty obvious, sometimes they're sneaky, sometimes there's a number there and you're sitting there going, is that a hidden number? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Now, theming-wise, I think all 3 of these did a good job. This is a haunted house, but it's not that spooky, but it is a haunted house. This one, you're in a submarine with a squid attacking you.
Yeah.
And this one is a pirate adventure. And so I want to pause and say that this one here is the least like an escape room game that I've played. It's more like an adventure game almost, like Time Stories. this is also hands down by far my favorite Unlock game.
Probably. Yeah.
The final puzzle, we could see it coming a mile away.
Yeah.
But was great. It just felt like it felt very piratey.
It did.
So I was really happy with that one. And so you like that one too? Mm-hmm. Okay, what'd you think about the squid one?
This one to me was okay. The puzzles were meh, in my opinion, and the storyline was also okay.
I'm middling on this one too. I liked a lot of aspects of it. There was one aspect of it that I was not a big fan of. It was okay. It's kind of, we're being very vague here.
We kind of have to be at the same time.
Yeah, this one, there was a couple puzzles in this one where I was like, really? That's what you wanted us to do? And I felt like the clues were more complicated than they needed to be. It's hard to explain, but it was okay.
And the puzzles themselves were not even that interesting. Like, there were a couple that were like, oh, okay, but I don't know, because of theme-wise, you couldn't really do certain types of puzzles with it, so.
Well, I agree, though, that was not as good as the pirate one. The Unlock one is in the middle for me. This is the one you haven't played. Haunted House, I really got stuck on the final puzzle in this one to the point where I was like, that puzzle's not possible. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go online and figure out how other people did the final puzzle. And right when I was looking stuff up online, I started typing, and I was like, oh, and I figured it out in my head. So, again, though.
Cheat.
Huh?
You didn't cheat.
No, it was after we had finished.
Oh.
It was after we had finished, and so
and stuff.
Yeah, because we just couldn't get to it, and then I was like, so this one was, for me, this was the hardest of the three. So real quick, Unlocks versus Exit. These are the two big franchises. Okay, so we have the Unlock games here from Space Cowboys, and we have the Exit games from Cosmos.
Yeah, basically the two main differences is this like a deck of cards, the other one you're ripping stuff up.
Well, this one's replayable. So now that we're done, I can hand this to you, which I'm not, but I can hand this to you, and you could play them. Exit games, I can't do that with. Which one do you like better?
Probably the Exit games, because I do like taking stuff apart and putting them together. And also like finding hidden stuff, and like we found like a certain thing we needed in like a pad of paper, which is cool.
That was actually, it wasn't an Exit game. That was a different game.
Yeah, but it's still the same type of thing.
Yeah, these are good. Don't get me wrong. I really like these, but I kind of like the Exit ones better. Now for Unlock, it says 1 to 6 players on here. I need to tell you that at this point, I'm convinced that that's a lie. 6 players is too many. 5 players is too many. 4 is pushing it.
Yeah.
3 is really good. 2 or 3 is a good number for these games. 4, because there's cards here in Unlock, you're kind of passing them around. And in this regard, I think the Exit games are also better because there's puzzles and things.
Yeah, and you can pass them out and you're like totally fine with it, because that way you're working on one puzzle while other people are also working on a puzzle. But this one, it really feels like you're only working on like 1 or 2 puzzles at a time.
And one problem I ran into in this one, specifically with this adventure, was I said, okay, I think we can solve this puzzle, but I don't know if we have all the clues yet. And that's fine, but these puzzles often converged on a single point. Okay, solve this. Now you're done with that point, go to this one, solve that. Mm-hmm. While in the Exit games, it's like, okay, you're working on that puzzle, I'm working on this puzzle, you're working on that puzzle. Yeah. And all 3 of us are working, and I got this solution. Wait a minute, that solution helps me do a 4th puzzle. And I thought I like them better for that reason. But again, these are replayable, so there's that. You can get this, and if you like it or don't like it, it's easy to pass it off to somebody else.
And they're smaller boxes, too.
I also think the theming is better on these, too, than the Exit games.
Yeah.
The Exit games are fine, but it's just a bunch of puzzles. They're fun puzzles, but they're a bunch of puzzles. While this one really felt piratey. This one felt kind of submarine-y, and this one felt a little horror-ish. But the theming is there, especially with the app and the music and all that. Overall, though, I enjoyed these. What would you rank them?
I would rank the submarine one probably like a 6-ish, and the pirate one like an 8.
Okay, well, for me, it would be 6, 7, 9.5. That's how much I like this one. I loved the pirate one. Yeah, so they're a lot of fun. Definitely, even if we're like maybe being a little hard on some of them, I still think it's a fantastic system.
Yes.
With fantastic art, fun to play through. They
The
take
app
it.
definitely. I like how the app is actually in the game. Like some games have an app that. Okay. But I did like how they work together, and it's just really fun.
So there you go. The Unlock series. On the next one, I'm Tom Vassell,
And I'm Melody.
and you've been watching Double Trouble.
Boom!
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.